The new Fantastic Four movie hits theaters next week, and I figured this was a good opportunity to go back and revisit the three other theatrically released films about the Fantastic Four, starting with 2005's Fantastic Four. This was a movie I saw in theaters originally, and at the time, I thought it was mostly okay. But the more I've watched it over the years and recently revisiting it again, this movie is not aged very well at all. It's still pretty bad, and honestly, probably worse than I originally thought it was when I initially saw it. There's just not a lot here, and this movie is very 2000s. Like, everything in this movie is so stooped into the 2000s, from the bad CGI to the miscastings in the cast to just everything here just really not working all that well. Behind the camera, you got director Tim Story, who does not really bode well for action movies. He did okay with those couple barbershop movies that he directed, but when it comes to a sci-fi action comic book movie, he's just not the guy. And with this one, and unfortunately with the next one I'm going to talk about in the next video, he just really drops the ball with these movies. Everybody in the cast is mostly not all that great. Chris Evans is definitely the highlight of the movie, despite his character being very poorly written. But he's at least bringing something to the table. Michael Chiklis is trying. He does okay for the most part, but there's times where I think he's pretty good. Other times I think he's bad. The rest of the cast, I'm not a big fan. Rest in peace to Mr. Julian McMahon, but I think he's terrible as Doctor Doom. It just doesn't work in either of these movies. Ioan Gruffudd, I think, is just a wet noodle of a person when it comes to acting, and him as Mr. Fantastic is really not all that great. And then the worst part of the movie, absolutely, is Jessica Alba. She is horribly miscast as Sue Storm. She is bringing nothing to the table in this movie, and she just does not have any chemistry with anybody else in the movie at all. From the CGI that looks really bad, especially with Mr. Fantastic, it looks absolutely terrible, every scene with him. A lot of the Johnny Storm stuff looks okay, but not really that great. I do think the Thing's suit looks okay at times, and then other times it looks too rubbery. This is just a movie where a lot of the action really isn't there. It never feels like there's really a nice action set piece for a movie that is a big budget, comic book movie. So to me, this movie just fails on all occasions. I mean, there's really not much here to like. It's not overly bad. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's watchable, but this just does not do it for me. And if it's a movie you haven't seen, I definitely don't recommend watching it.